Have you ever been on a team where everything just clicks? It feels effortless. And then, have you been on a team that's just a total slog? Well, today, we're going to dig into the secrets of what makes a team truly successful. And trust me, the answer is probably not what you think.
Oh man, we have all been there, right? You get a room full of superstars, really smart, talented people, and somehow it's just a disaster. Projects stall, nobody's really communicating, and you can just feel the frustration. This quote absolutely hits the nail on the head. So what's the deal? Why doesn't a team of all-stars automatically make an all-star team?
Okay, so let's get right to the heart of it. We need to figure out why good teams go bad. Because if you can understand what makes them break, you're already halfway to building one that works.
You know, the research is pretty clear on this. It's usually not about a lack of skill or talent. Nope. The real team killers are behavioral. Think about it. If everyone on the team is a brilliant big-picture thinker, who's going to handle the details? They end up stepping on each other's toes. And what happens if everyone shares the same weakness? Whoa. That creates these massive blind spots nobody sees coming. It really all comes down to one word: imbalance.
So, if that's the problem, what's the solution? How do we fix this? Well, this is where a brilliant English researcher named Dr. Meredith Belbin comes into the picture. And honestly, his work totally flipped the script on how we understand teams.
So this guy, Dr. Belbin, spent years, and I mean years, at Henley Management College, just watching teams in action. He was obsessed with one question: what predicts whether a team will succeed or fail? Then in 1981, he published his findings, and the framework he created is now used by companies literally all over the world to build better teams. And the whole thing hinges on this one core concept: the team role. Now, get this. It's not your job title. It's not your personality type. A team role is simply a pattern of behavior, a tendency to contribute in a certain way within a team. Belbin had this great way of putting it: there are infinite types of human behavior, but only a small number are actually useful for helping a team get things done.
And that's what's so amazing. After all that research, he managed to boil down that huge, messy world of human behavior into just nine key clusters or roles that are absolutely essential if you want a team to succeed.
All right, you ready? Let's meet the lineup. These are the 9 roles, the secret ingredients for any high-performing team.
So, to keep things simple, the 9 roles are split into 3 main buckets. You've got your thinking roles. These are your brainy, idea-generating types. Then there are the social roles, the people, the ones who make sure everyone's gelling. And finally, the action roles. These are the folks who just get stuff done.
Okay, this right here, this is the whole shebang. Now, what's so cool about this model is the idea of allowable weaknesses. It's brilliant. It means for every major strength a person brings, there's a flip side. For example, you've got the plant. This is your super creative, out-of-the-box thinker. The weakness? They can be so lost in their own world, they forget to tell anyone what they're thinking. Then you have the monitor-evaluator, the strategic one who keeps everyone grounded. But they can be so critical, they sometimes kill the mood. Or the team worker, the glue that holds everyone together. The downside? They hate confrontation. And then there's the completer-finisher, who is a godsend. They check every detail and polish everything till it shines. But they can worry so much about perfection they refuse to delegate. You see? It's all about that balance.
And I want to be clear, this isn't just some dusty old academic theory. This is a super practical tool that thousands of real companies use every single day to figure out how their people and their teams actually tick.
And this is a really, really important point. Belbin is not a personality test. A personality test tries to tell you who you are. Belbin just tells you how you act. Your personality is pretty stable, right? But your behavior, that can change depending on the situation, the team, and the job you have to do. It's about what you do. So what does this actually look like in practice? Check this out. This is a sample report for someone named Jose Pink. You can see right away what her go-to roles are. She's way up there in the 96th percentile for coordinator, super strong as a shaper and resource investigator too. Instantly, she and her manager have a clear language to talk about her strengths. But here's where it gets really powerful. It's not just about what you think. The Belbin system also asks your coworkers for their input. So you get this amazing side-by-side comparison. Here's how I see myself, and here's how my team actually experiences my behavior. That little gap between the two, that's where the real learning happens.
All right, so we've got the roles, we've got the reports. Now for the million-dollar question. How do you actually use this stuff to build a killer team?
It all comes back to that one word, balance. And listen, this doesn't mean you need 9 people on every team, one for each role. That's a common mistake. The reality is, most of us are pretty comfortable playing 2 or 3 of these roles. The trick is to look at your team and ask, do we have all the behaviors we need covered? It doesn't matter if it's 3 people or 10, as long as all the bases are covered.
And really, that's the single biggest takeaway from all of Dr. Belbin's work. The best teams aren't made of clones, no matter how talented. True strength, real success, comes from having a diverse mix of behaviors, where one person's strengths can cover for another person's allowable weaknesses.
So, let me ask you, as you've been listening to all this, which role made you go, hey, that sounds like me? Are you the big idea plant, the get-it-done implementer, or maybe the diplomatic team worker? Just thinking about that, that's the very first step to understanding your own superpower on any team.